Hello, everyone. You're welcome to Skillworks Circle, where we talk about everything tech, productivity, and how we can advance your life in this digital economy. I'm super excited to be on your screen because we have something exciting for you today. We're going to be talking about the realities of the average Nigerian as concerned the cost of living, unemployment, and the various opportunities available to them in this digital economy. I won't be doing this alone. I'm with the marketing manager for Skillworks, Mr. Benjamin. Welcome.
Flavi.
Good to have you. So can you tell us what we are to expect in this conversation?
All right, so this conversation is going to be extremely important for you as an average Nigerian in view of the gloomy economic realities that is facing the average Nigerian. So today, we're going to be talking about productivity, about creativity, about tech, and how you as the average Nigerian can take advantage of numerous opportunities that is available in the digital space to create a life and a future for yourself.
Super exciting. I'm sure you're excited too, because I am. To delve into the conversation proper, I'm going to start by asking a question that have been on my mind for a long time now. So the question is, do you believe the government alone can fix the unemployment crisis we have in Nigeria?
Yeah, the answer to that question is no, right? Right? It's not possible anywhere, right? No government of any nation has been able to solve the unemployment crisis in any nation, right? And this is because though the government is the biggest employer of labor in any country, this is a world statistic, right? It's not just about Nigeria. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. Unemployment is not peculiar to Nigeria. It's a global phenomenon, right? The government is the highest employer of labor, right? Then followed by other sectors like the private sectors and as well as individuals, right? So no government can face, especially in Nigeria, for instance, we are over 200 million people. It's the biggest in Africa, in the whole of Africa. We're the most populous black nation, the highest so far in terms of number. So no government can face the unemployment crisis. What the government can do is that they can build infrastructures to empower business owners, entrepreneurs, and business owners to be able to thrive in their businesses, as well as giving other people opportunity as a form of employment. That is what the government can do.
Okay. That's really enlightening. Okay, this is try to compare the developed countries like America and then Nigeria. I don't know if I should classify Nigeria as developing or underdeveloped. Where do you classify?
Underdeveloped.
Okay, so what do you think is that the difference? Why do you think they are doing so well? Right, because we have more employed people in the developed countries. Okay, so what do you think that is the difference? What differentiates them? At the rank as the developed and then us as the underdeveloped.
You mean in terms of the economy, right?
The economy, everything in general.
All right, so now for the US, this is the main nation of the US, right? So let me use US as a yardstick, right? So the US, for instance, Texas, there's a city called Texas. Now, Texas, the economy of Texas, I mean the GDP of Texas, minus South Africa, if you combine all, in Africa, we have 53 African nations, right? If you take away South Africa and have 52 other African nations, combine the entire GDP of all those nations, the economy of Texas is greater than all of it. As how big they are. And the reason for that too is because Africans, we are more or less consumers. We don't have the access or the resources or the tools to build systems and structure, as the case may be, right? This is why all apps, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of this app, it came from the first world. That's tier 1 countries, because they have the resources and the know-how to build businesses, to build solid businesses. This is what Africans have not, they've not really gotten it, right? They've not really gotten it. The ability to build systems and structures, they've not. So this is why the tier 1 countries, the first world nations, they are going to be always ahead because of these resources that they do have access to that we do not have. So this is why the disparity in terms of economic, employment, opportunities, and all that.
So in other words, we do not have the technical know-how, the skills that's required, for us to match up to that developed countries.
Exactly. We don't. As of now, we don't.
So, what do you think the youths of Nigeria, the skills they need, to advance their life, those relevant skills they need to be self-reliant?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's a very, very good question, right? Extremely good question, especially at this time where AI is taking over jobs and companies are cutting off staffs, and we are currently in a recession, right? I don't know if you know, but Nigeria is in a deep recession, right? A very big one, right? The biggest in many years, right? So we're in a recession, and as such, companies are laying off, and AI is coming to make this much easier for business owners. If a business owner today in this economy, in this time like this, you can have an administrative deck at your beck and call with AI, with ChatGPT, with DeepSeek, or with all of these things, right? So somebody that his job is to be a copywriter, for instance, the job is coming, right? Because I can go on ChatGPT and give it instructions as to what to do for me, right? So what Nigerians or what the average youth can do in this economy to become self-reliant, to become self-sufficient, is learning digital skills.
Okay.
Digital skills, right? So what we're is there is actually a good rush, right? It's called artificial intelligence, AI. You can do so much, like a lot of things with AI now. You can create a video with AI now. You can write an entire book with AI now. You can do so much, right? So this is one aspect. This is one niche that is evolving, that I believe that you need to pay attention as an average Nigerian, right? And also the entire tech world, right? Each you must pay attention, right? Because there are two types of workers. You can either be a manual worker, which will exert your energy, your physical energy, maybe a laborer, or you can work from your mind. You can work from your abilities to provide solution, which is what tech gives us, an opportunity and access to play the digital world. So skills like YouTube automation, skills like artificial intelligence, and skills like content creation is what I believe that. And then what about that was like digital marketing, graphic design, UI UX design, front and back end development, etc., etc. All of these skills are essential because it gives you access to become self-reliant or self-sufficient or self-sovereign, such that your economy, because you as an individual, you have an economy, right? The economy will not be consistent with what you are seeing everywhere. Because if you look around Nigeria today, you see that there's a lot of gloom in terms of finances and in terms of other things.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. There's another question, right, that has really been in my mind, as regards to digital skills. You mentioned some digital skills, right? And there's one that I feel like it really stands out, right, in this economy, which is content creation. So I want to know, and content creation classified as a digital skill, or is just it's different? Is content creation a digital skill? Because I've had a lot of people ask me that question, and some persons say it's not, that any person can just do it. It's just to put the camera in front of you and then start doing what you want to do, like anything. So do you feel like, is it classified as a digital skill, or it's something like kind of related to this?
Yes. Content creation is a digital skill, right? Because though I have seen, I for instance, right, I have gotten like offers from persons, right? Because what's about digital skills that is scalable. Scalability, the most crucial aspect of, because there are types of skills, right? You can be a tailor, for instance, it's a skill, right? You can learn tailoring as a skill. You can do a lot of things as a skill, right? But what differentiates digital skills is scalability, right? So as a content creator, you can work with brands that are not within your vicinity, that are not confined within your locality or persons that know you before, right? So that is why content creation is a skill, because of the fact that it is really scalable and it differentiates it from other aspects, other skills like tailoring, mechanic, and organizers and all of these other things, right? So it's digital, right? That's my point. It's digital. Content creation is digital because it gives you scalability. Do you know that as a content creator, Coca-Cola is a global brand. It's not a Nigerian brand, right? I have seen content creators that Coca-Cola reach out to them to create content for their marketing exercise. for the marketing exercise.
That's, yeah, I think what's saying.
So company does it. Even what's his name? Techno. Recently, there's this lady that called Vicky James or so. I don't know if you know her, Vicky James.
Yeah.
She's currently doing like a partnership deal with Techno. She's a content creator. That's what she does, right? She does content creation. So it's digital because it gives you scalability. That is why it's digital. Anything that gives you scalability is digital in scope.
If you're talking about content creation, like you mentioned Vicky James, can you mention other successful individuals in Nigeria that started small and they created opportunities for themselves without waiting for government?
Okay, yeah. I mean, awards filled with luminaries, right? Pathfinders, pacesetters. So we have a couple of them, right? One of which is Fisayom, Fisay Fosunto. That guy is doing well for himself, right? He's doing well for himself. He started as on spiritual, now he's a YouTuber, and he's doing incredibly well for himself, as well as even mentoring the upcoming generation. And then we have there's this lady that comes Techie. It's Techie, right? It's very good on Instagram. So she's doing incredibly well for herself too. And we have a lot of them. Sabilos, Brainjota, there are a lot of them doing so much well for themselves, right? Because they realize that you are the prophet of your life. The sea is actually in your hands. Nobody is going to live the life you're supposed to live for you. So what the government can do is to create systems and structures to label you. That's what they do. That is what Tinubu was talking about in this one. That is what Buhari, Jonathan, and all the presidents we have had, they've always emphasized on creating infrastructure that would aid entrepreneurship. So yeah.
Okay, so you've talked about these persons that are really doing well for themselves, right? And I believe our agents know about this intro, know about the people, but you still find people that are not, after you get it to see all these people, they are still not doing what they ought to do, right? So what do you think are the barriers that are stopping the average Nigerian, right, from pursuing skill development and entrepreneurship?
All right, now that's a very crucial question. That's a very good question. Right? So now most times, right, what people say, right? Because I've had conversations with a lot of persons that they are going to take, but most of them don't understand what tech is all about, right? And the other thing is that most of them believe they want to like start with having everything. For some of them that don't understand it, right? Because if you like, I made mention of a Fisai, for instance, right? Don't even have $5,000 to use to buy gadgets to start with, right? So most people are ignorant of the possibilities in the tech space. They're extremely ignorant of the possibilities in the tech space. And for those who have a glimpse of idea of how this is work, some of them are headbanged because of they be like, I don't have a camera, I don't have a light, I don't have this, or I don't have that, right? So that they don't have what they believe is a kit, right, to start with. Some of them be like, okay, friend, let me hold on, let me save to get this, or let me save to get that. And you cannot, the best you could do is actually plan, right? You cannot control situations and all that, right? So first is ignorance, and second is that most of them don't know, right? Because if you truly know that this is the way out, I don't know if you are maybe a head in a pit or something, you are in bondage or so, and you know that this is the way out of this whole scenario, you do everything possible to actually get out, right? So from the conversation I've had, this is what I've realized, that most of them they don't know the possibilities available, right? There's huge possibility, and as a matter of fact, if many Nigerians know the possibilities that is available and the opportunities in tech space, the only wish should be that they had known this sooner. They would like, oh, I wish I knew this sooner, right? So that's that, right? If people should seek for knowledge, right? They should seek for knowledge, and people should start with what they have. If you, for instance, want to start creating subjects or videos, or you want to learn digital marketing or web design or any of these things, the first thing to do rather is to ensure that you are doing everything possible to actually get started. You get started. You never can tell, help will come on your way.
Sure, thank you. So you're heading, you do not need so much to start what you want to do, with just anything you have, whether you have a smartphone, or if you have the opportunity to get a laptop yourself, whatsoever you have, you can start with dailies and kill, you can start, doing posting content and all of those things, right? So yeah, so thank you so much. No, still, yeah, there's some persons out there that do not have, like you said, are ignorant of this state, and there's still some persons that are quite aware, of the possibilities that are available for them in the digital space, but they are kind of confused as to what skill they need to acquire. So can you state or mention some skills that we know that are in demand? Because I know there are various skills available out there, but there are some that are really in demand. Those relevant ones, so that people will know these skills that are very relevant and in demand. It's at all. But it's just, can you mention some of these skills?
Right.
Just please.
Yeah. Again, that's a great question. That's a new question, right? So, as concerning the skills that are in demand, right? One of them is, I think, the first in the other priority is digital marketing. But because take it, right? Everybody around is selling, right? Everybody is selling, right? You sell yourself to your boss, you sell yourself to your colleague, you sell yourself to whoever you're meeting. They're selling. Whoever you're meeting is selling. Everybody making any impact is selling. A public speaker is selling his ideas and his philosophies and as well as his knowledge to his audience, right? So everybody is selling, and sales, they say, the language of the world, right? So learning how to sell, especially learning how to sell with digital means, right? Because it is one thing to print 1,000 flyer, for instance, and then start moving around. Where we get 1,000 places, maybe you go to ShopRite where you have a humongous number of places. But how many of those people there are your target audience? Because one thing about flyers is that you can get a flyer and then start moving around. You can forcefully give it to someone that is not interested. And by the time that you're even there, they'll try to hear because they're not interested. So and is very limited, right? So again, back to the emphasis on scalability. One skill that you can learn today, in fact, let me use the very words of John Obidi. I don't even know John Obidi, right? But it's an incredible guy. It's an incredible guy. It's a phenomenal guy, right? So, in one of his conferences say SM Fest in Owerri, right? He was invited to speak. He was invited as a keynote speaker. He said himself, right, that the single most important skill you can learn today, and then start profiting with it the next week, is Facebook, learning how to run Facebook ads. Because take it, if I'm a business owner, for instance, if I have a business that says the light below, anybody that's not selling cheap, if any clothes that's not making money, that's not selling, sooner or later is going to get out of business, right? Because you need sales to get inventories, you need sales to pay salaries and cover other expenses, right? Yeah. So he said that every business is a business of sales, and that the single most important skill you can learn is learning how to run social media ads, so that you can sell for business owners and in turn sell yourself to the world as well. Well, so you just ask about the skills that are in demand that people should learn. Digital marketing is one skill that you can learn and can change your life like day and night. Aside that, right, we're living in a world of numbers, right? There's a lot of numbers. Google is giving you analytics. Facebook is giving you their metrics and analytics such that you understand the figures and understand how to use the figures to actually advance, right? So data analytics is another in-demand skill that every business needs. And as a matter of fact, most companies now, they are looking for data analysts, people that can interpret numbers and as well as using those numbers to make an informed and important decision on behalf of the company. So the data analytics is a huge skill that are extremely in demand now. Companies are looking for it, a lot of people are looking for it. And as a matter of fact, if you understand data analytics or digital marketing, you can actually go borderless. No borderless, right? You can go borderless, work with clients in diaspora around the world. Then we have AI, artificial intelligence, right? I've spoken so much about it, but again, it is this key, this is the skin for the next generation. You need to understand artificial intelligence as well as how to use it to do the jobs that most people used to do. Just like I said before, if you have ChatGPT, you know how to use ChatGPT, you can have and administrative support at your beck and call. Because if you have ChatGPT generating research for you, you have AutoDraw generating graphic designs for you, and you have ChatPPT generating PowerPoint presentation for you, you now see what it means to be a boss that has an administrative support at your beck and call. Right? So AI is a skill for the future, and there are still others like graphic design, UI UX design, cybersecurity, especially now that a lot of people are going into apps creation, a lot of people are going into app and some of these things, right? And a lot of companies are actually migrating to the cloud, and as such, most businesses need security, right? That is where cybersecurity comes in, and all these skills are extremely crucial, right? So in the other priority, digital marketing, data analytics, artificial intelligence, you need these skills for your own economy to grow and to progress as a person.
Yeah, as well as content creation.
As well as content creation.
It's a skill that you need, that in demand. Okay. So as the marketing manager for Skillworks, my audience will want to know what skills you offer, the available skills, and the time, the duration of those skills.
All right. So Skillworks, right? We're a premium tech academy located in Port Harcourt, right? We have an office in Abuja as well, and our courses are both online and on-site, right? So we have, just like I said before, right? We have in-demand courses, and if courses you can relate today, and they start profiting with it tomorrow. So I have courses like digital marketing, which I say is the most crucial skill that anybody and everybody should get, right? And so in digital marketing, we learn things like social media marketing, we learn about YouTube automation, we learn about artificial intelligence, as well as how to build a website from scratch, right? So you learn a whole lot by introducing you to the world of tech in a digital marketing course. And the course is actually 2 months, right? 8 weeks, take it from a novice to fully fledged digital marketing experts. And upon graduation, you get to be connected to companies, right? Because we have partnership with companies and business owners around, such that you can get employed immediately. Guaranteed, right? So we offer other courses like data analytics, which I said that is another crucial skill, because companies need to understand numbers and how to use numbers to interpret and make advance in their businesses, right? As well as generative AI, which is, I say, is the future for the next generation, right? So we offer a lot of tech skills, right? Digital marketing, data analytics, UI UX design, graphic design, and so many other skills, right? Such that you can actually get started with us. And what to do is that we have our instructors, right? Renowned, right? People that have made so much contribution in the tech space. So to know more about us as well as the courses we offer, follow the link currently showing on your screen, or click the link in our bio to get started with Skillworks Academy.
Alright, we'll see you again in the next episode. It was exciting, doing this with you. So have a pleasant day ahead of you. Thank you.